Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know this is a library. Usually in library, everybody tell you to shh, but not right now. My name is Jean-Ric Hu.
Hello, and my name is Natko, and today's event is part of NLB's Read to Be Sure initiative, RTBS for short. So RTBS explores multiple perspectives on trending topics through a combination of content and programs, and it hopes that everyone will benefit from a balanced and credible knowledge base.
Today, we're going to have a debate about hawker culture. Are food delivery platforms a benefit in Singapore's hawker culture? We're going to hear points of view from both teams, and we also want to hear from you guys as well.
It's not just going to be us debating today. We have our experts in the house to back us up. So right over here at the proposition side, right beside me, arguing for the motion, we have Chef Shen Tan. She earned her cooking stripes with her award-winning nasi lemak and currently runs Own Self Make Chef, which offers private dining experiences.
I also have secret weapons.
Oh!
Allow me to indulge in this moment by introducing my tag team partner, the Spice Queen of Singapore, Chef Devagi Samuga. She is not only a culinary educator, she is an author, she's a spice curator, making unique recipes.
Helping us to moderate this very spicy debate is Ryan Kueh over here. Please, a big round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. He is the author of the best-selling book, From Streets to Stalls, The History and Evolution of Hawking and Hawker Centres in Singapore. All right, and now it's your turn to vote.
Let's start the debate with our first speaker, Nat.
So in Singapore, food is at the heart of our culture. We eat with others, and that is our social behavior. It is how we bond, whether it's over a meal at a hawker center or sharing takeout with family at home. So even if the food is being delivered, the experience of sharing and enjoying it does not disappear. It simply adapts to modern lifestyles. So by making hawker food accessible across the island, delivery platforms ensure that traditional and modern hawker cuisines continue to be enjoyed by all, regardless of where you are in our little red dot.
As much as the convenience factor comes in, we want to talk about the quality a little bit, right? I've ordered food that comes in that, for example, I ordered fish soup. By the time the guy comes, the fish there, the soup gone. The soup where? Inside the plastic bag. Standard has changed, correct? Some places you see they makan there not the same anymore after delivery platforms come in, right? So does that mean it's a benefit to hawker culture?
Let's talk about what is the meaning of benefit. A helpful or good effect or something intended to help. I used to dread rainy days. Why? Whenever it rained, our business dropped by 70%. All I wished for at that time was someone to help me deliver the food. Guess what? Isn't that a benefit? The ability to deliver to a larger audience also means that more people can try my food. It also frees me up to be a better producer. It allows us to make money because that's what we need to do. And if we don't have technology, if we don't have food delivery platforms assisting us, therefore benefiting us, the hawker culture is going to die.
I walk to a hawker center and then you order something, you go to your table, and while you're waiting, you also eyeball everybody's what they're eating, correct? You smell, you see, and then you ask your friend, what is it that they're eating? Can we eat it? Why not we order one more? You know? So we get this kind of experience when we go out to the hawker center. Recently, I ordered something. I mean, I am not a person who would order online, but I ordered because of the rainy season that we had recently. And I waited for about 2.5 hours for my food to be delivered. There was rainwater in my prata because it was wrapped in a brown paper. The plastic bag had caught the water. And the prata was also steaming and flaccid. You have to walk to the hawker center. You have to interact with people when you're eating, not receive food and sit in front of your PC or in front of a TV and eat alone.
Now we will move into the consultation break. To give the closing statements first, let's move on to Nat.
With this, we talked a lot about the flavors. When it comes to delivery, there are different sorts of packaging. Like there is the noodles on top and then all the soup below, so that even when you get it right, you can reheat. The texture is not compromised. It's still there. And on top of that as well, I'm pretty sure that many hawkers are also thinking about how they can further upgrade their packaging. It is definitely not perfect right now, but there is something being done to preserve the quality of food. When we also have the food delivery services, it also removes the limitation of the physical space. If a person does not want to travel down all the way from Pasir Ris to Marsiling for a bowl of noodles, they will never travel down. Actually, in the year 2021, Deliveroo did a survey and they realized that after hawkers had engaged a food delivery platform to help them with their services, they saw a 90% rise in their businesses.
I also wanted to add to this because we are now seeing an introduction of really like delicious, unusual hawker dishes that maybe we wouldn't have been such a big fan of. And because if you were limited by geographical regions, right? Say, I will give this example, Lei Ta Fan. It is really grown in the last couple of years because why? You can get it delivered. And if you think about it, if we can retain things like Lei Ta Fan, abacus seeds and stuff like that, and we are actually contributing and benefiting hawker culture.
Oh, it's about to be fun right now. Okay, you said the quality of the food is unchanged. I'm gonna look at y'all in the face right now. You tell me, is that true or not? Right? I'm not saying all the time, but to tell me that it is unchanged, it is not a fact. Another thing that another young lady was very kind to say was, and in her words, okay, I'm going to try to use her words as best as I can. If you don't go to the hawker center, then you lazy, what? Going to the hawker center is an entire experience. It is not the same thing as, oh, I just go lau ka for the sake of it. I just go downstairs. There is a reason why some people say that, oh, this is my favorite stall. Why? I akaliao with the boss. Sometimes I go down there, I order fishball noodles. And then the auntie looks at me, wow, boy, you never eat enough. Come, I give you extra fishball. That is hawker culture. The question here is, do food delivery platforms benefit hawker culture? Almost every point that they were making today benefits hawker convenience. You sit down, you have friends from all walks of life come together and experience these things together. That is culture.
We had a media invitation for some tourists to be hosted with hawker food. Instead of bringing them to the hawker center, the organizer brought the food over to a room for them to taste. And there was nasi lemak in a styrofoam box. There was lots of anchovies on the top. And there was a cucumber that was sticking out somewhere. And then the fish was under the sambal. And there was a crushed otak on the top. And there was an oily omelette right on the top. Now, how am I going to explain to these foreigners how to eat a nasi lemak?
It's going from nasi lemak to nasi rabak.
So, you need to understand how food is supposed to be served. And that is where you go to the hawker center to try.
There you go.
So to sort of summarize the 2 points that both parties made. So for the proposition for Nat and Shen, when they're arguing that delivery platforms are a benefit for hawker culture, I think they made 2 key points, right? One is that hawker culture is dynamic, right? The way we consume will always change. It has changed in the past. We've moved from those in the stores to hawker centers. If delivery platforms are the way that the younger people are sort of engaging with hawker food, then maybe that is how it should go, right? So that is the first point of the argument. The second point is that it benefits because it makes the hawking trade a little bit more appealing, right? Food delivery platforms are a business enabler, right? For the opposition side, for Shanrik and Devagi, where they're arguing that delivery platforms do not benefit culture. I think for them, the crux of the point is that hawker culture is an interpersonal experience. It's a physical, it's a social experience, and that for you is central to that culture, right? So, and last but not least, food delivery platforms is a benefit to the individual himself, perhaps the hawker, but perhaps not to hawker culture. And now we will see if your opinions have swayed through our post-debate poll. And the winner is against.
Wow! 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 We have such a great discussion and all that. We just want to open up the floor to everyone. Are there any questions you would like to ask our secret weapons? You would like to ask Sean-Rick and I?
This delivery platform happened in the 50s and 60s. Do you remember there's this thing called TikTok Boy? Not the TikTok application we are in, but the boy go there, TikTok, and then you order the food, and you deliver to your house.
How do hawkers manage customers at the store and online orders? How do they manage those two different queues?
Trust me, as the hawker or the business owner, we don't want you to queue, right? It's called managing expectations. So I've actually had to get up and say, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to manage your expectations. You are the last one who will get nasi lemak. We are sold out for the day. Okay, the rest of you, please come and see me. I'll give you a coupon so that you can come back another day and we'll treat you to nasi lemak.
I actually represent a relatively large coffee shop chain. So the thing is, for a hawker in their 60s, the average age of 60s, so they're working really hard. Imagine, now you got to upload your image at this resolution, and then you got rejected. You ask an auntie to do that? Seriously? To create a description, we all need creative descriptions. They use AI to generate the description. And imagine if you're a halal operator, okay, and you have things like chicken char siu, and AI decides to put pork char siu. Can you imagine how detrimental it is to the brand? I'm talking about the nitty-gritty. It's a real problem. So if the delivery platforms are not stepping up their game, it's very hard for existing hawkers to survive in this.
We also have a couple of comments online. Noel says, I'm leaning towards opposition right now because while I can agree that food delivery platforms offer convenience for us when we need food that is ready to eat in maybe a short 1 hour break, I can totally resonate with the panelists who mentioned the long wait, which is oftentimes longer than 1 hour, and food quality dropping. For example, my favorite ban mian becomes soggy if the hawker stall doesn't take the effort to separate the soup from the noodles.
Now, let's flip this on its head, right? If you are at the hawker center and there's a 2 hour queue for the ban mian, there are stalls like that.
Yeah,
You have to queue
agree,
for 2
agree.
hours. So what I'm saying is, therefore, you are thereby excluding the growth of this particular stall.
I think this culture of traveling to a hawker center wasn't actually the main intent of the hawker center. Right. The hawker center was actually built around public HDB estates so that people living around the area can go to the hawker center. So actually its first function was meant to be convenience, right? Not meant to be quality. Right.
I've had a very nice conversation here today. I've had a lot of fun here today.
If you want to explore more of these kind of topics, then make sure that you visit the RTBS website.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sean-Rick Hu.
My name is Nat Ko.
We'll see you next time. Have a good day.